And we've been joined by the Interior Minister, Mark Woyongo. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. We've just received a statement from the Ghana Police Service expressing disgust at the activities of these vigilante groups, and they have assured that they're going to institute investigations into the activities in Talensi on Tuesday during the by-elections. Are you aware of the statement?
Say again?
Are you aware that the police has begun investigations into Tuesday's incident by the vigilante groups belonging to both parties?
Yeah, I'm aware that they are doing a lot of investigations into the disturbances arising out of the by-election.
You're reported to have justified the actions of the Azoka boys on Tuesday. Can you clarify that?
That is a non-starter. It's a non-starter, but I didn't justify any violence. I didn't even know that, there were both accusations leveled at both sides. While the NDC was accusing the militants from the NPP were also accusing the other side. And I said, no. To be honest, violence begets violence. If you don't start a violence, you won't have a violent reaction. It's a violence that not the violent reaction. And I indicated that we don't support. I'm not somebody who supports violence. If you care to know, I've had 3 peace awards. When I was in the Upper East region, you know how Boko was. I brought about the peace in that place. So why should I be protecting people who perpetrate violence? This thing has been slanted for a certain political purpose. And I'm appalled by the slant that is being given to it. I did not justify whatever the Azoka boys did. Neither did I justify what the Bolga boys did. I was only saying that we must put an end to it. And we must put an end to it by looking at those groups that started the violence or that perpetrated the violence. See whether they even have a right to do what they did. If they don't have a right to do what they did, then we need to streamline things.
It's pretty obvious to me, Mr. Woyongo, that you are quite unhappy about the slant that's been put on your statement. With the benefit of hindsight, do you wish that perhaps you wouldn't have said that?
Say again?
With the benefit of hindsight, do you wish that you wouldn't have said what you said? That
violence begets violence?
Absolutely.
It's a truism. It's even in the Bible. And I'm not justifying it. I'm only saying that if you don't start the violence, you won't have a violent reaction. So we should work to stop the violence.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All right,
I'm not supporting any of the sides.
Okay, we can move away from this subject, but Mr. Woyongo, you were in Talensi during the by-elections on Tuesday. Now, as a government in power and as Minister of Interior, don't you find it fascinating that in your presence, monitoring an election where you have all the security forces and all the big men in the country monitoring, such actions of violence can be perpetrated in your very presence?
And I think that it was good I was there because I had to cool down tempers. Along the line, my own party people were blaming me that I had tied their hands and allowed the opposition to harass them, to bully them. I was there and I cooled down tempers.
Essentially, what you're saying is that, but for you intervening, the situation would have been worse off.
It would have been worse because along the line, I was going to the NDC party office in the presence of the regional minister, Northern Region, regional minister, Upper East Region. They started going past in front of the NPP's office. They were banging on our cars. We managed to pass through. And then I asked the police and the military to clear the way because they had blocked the road. And I thought that wasn't on.
My very final question to you, Mr. Woyongo. The police service has indicated that they're going to investigate this matter. They intend to prosecute perpetrators of the act. Would you welcome if indeed the Azoka boys are found guilty?
Not only the Azoka boys, any other group that is found guilty, I would welcome it. I don't know why people are zeroing in on the Azoka boys. I think they're the only people who perpetrated the violence. When you say this, then they say, hey, you are supporting the Azoka boys. But
and so
you speak generally.
You welcome the prosecution of either groups?
Because they are speaking, they are to investigate. So why do you zero in on one group?
Right. Okay, thank you very much. Mark Woyongo as Interior Minister. Thanks very much for joining us.